EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Houston Texans. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Michael set.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch it, kid, switch it.
On the delay, Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch.
On second down, it's Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. Alert. 55, my guy, 55.
Third and long, it's Watson. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, 55.
Mike, 55.
Now it's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Fairbairn able to put this one through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Kill.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed up against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check 55, Mike. I'm coming. Mike, 55.
To throw is Watson. Throwing again. On the move to his left. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Check 13.
Watson with a give to Miller. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
High. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Here's Hyde on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He lets this one fly toward the... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
Sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Carr.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Carr to throw again. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. They'll run on first down. Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson forced out to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Let's bring it. Line 55. Line 55. We go. Hey, 59! Check, 54! Hey, we gotta snap it. Line him up!
Watson now, throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to let it go deep, and it'll be intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Carr now to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now, Mike, 4-1, Mike. 180. 180. We're good. We're good. 180. 180.
Now Carr on the bootleg, rolling to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. They do go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Watch the shit.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football. I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's all.
Carlos Hyde, see you later. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde, 70 yards, and the Texans have taken the lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. 8 yards on the pick.
Anytime the offense shows yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Jacobs. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Hey, 734. Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Check, 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 check.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Crunch time, defense.
To throw, it's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Carr going to throw. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams there to make the grab. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Check tight, check tight. 93. Hey, I-7.
Now Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Hyde. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Texans first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, it's Miller. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Miller. Miller with a first down and more. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 52 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. To throw is Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's high. And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. High. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, a run with Hyde. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run with Miller. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24.
Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.